Welcome to Buddies in Business podcast. We are finally here because we have been talking about having a podcast for the last few years, I think, and it never materialized. So finally, it's materializing, all six of us in a podcast. Can you guys believe it? Six of us means who I will introduce to you later, each of every one of us. And I've always been talking about my business buddies. Today, you are going to hear each and every one of them, what they do in business, and the topics that we're going to evolve around this Buddies in Business podcast is mostly about business, definitely, entrepreneurship, about ourselves, our life, procrastination. I think that's a very, very interesting topic to talk about. I think before we start this recording, we had a whole conversation of identifying ourselves on WhatsApp. So that can be another podcast topic altogether. But today we are just going to talk about introduction of each and every one of us, business buddies, which includes myself, and then I have Manisha, I have Eleanor, Fitri, AJ, and Liana. So these are all my business buddies, and we all work together for, I think, almost 3 years, right?
2020. Yes.
2020, 3 years, 4 years. 4 years, Fitri, really?
4 years.
Yeah, so wow, 4 years. It's been quite a journey for all of us. So okay, so I think let's introduce ourselves. Who want to go first? Any one of you want to go first? I can go first if you want to. Okay, I go first lah.
You go first.
Okay, hello everyone who's listening to this podcast. I'm Rini Ismail. I run a video business for about 10 years now. So I do a lot of video production for corporate companies, and then I pivot myself to be a YouTube mentor to business owners who want to embark themselves or kickstart into the YouTube world. All right, so that's a little bit about me. We are just going to talk a bit later on more. So let's have Manisha, who's actually just beside me in my Zoom.
Hi, my name is Manisha Do. I am a content writer. I have been writing content since I was, 12 years old for publications that I was in school for. But I've been doing this professionally for like 10 years now. I write for blogs, social media, I help solopreneurs, and I've also written some books, some children's books and stuff like that. So yeah, I am currently living in Brunei. I'm not in Singapore like the rest of them. So I'm like the international business buddy. I guess that's kind of summarizes what I do for a living. Fitri, since you're next to me on my Zoom, would you like to go on?
Hello. Okay. Hi guys. My name is Fitri. I'm a content strategist running my own creative agency, 15 Big Dreams. Basically, I just do the work of a social media manager. I manage clients' account for now. I still enjoy doing workshops and all of that. When I'm not working, I'm just a mom with two little ones, 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. Okay, the next person, Eleanor.
Okay, hi everyone. So my name is Eleanor Anwar. I've been a graphic designer for about 10 years professionally, but only recently, like 5 years ago, I switched to become a brand designer. And not too long after, I met Liana and co-founded together to create Elico, a branding agency. And also recently, we have partnered with Rika to combine forces to help more businesses in branding, marketing, and etc. Yeah. But when I'm not working, I'm like Fitri. I'm a mom of 2 kids. I like to help my kids in art and reading. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone you want to pick between
yeah.
AJ and Liana?
I think next to me, look below is Liana.
All right. Hello, my name is Yana. I think Eleanor kind of like introduced myself already. Okay. Okay, so my name is Yana. I am a designer, and also, just now Rini was mentioning that we were having a whole conversation just now about what I should label myself as. So I'm planning to label myself as an entrepreneur. Okay, so I'm a designer.
a self-taught designer since 2017. I started since 2017. So aside from designing, I also teach design as well. So okay, so monthly I have trainings. I teach like corporations, organizations, like how they can use Canva or Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, and how they can use these platforms to design better. Yes, so that's a bit about me. Oh yes, and since Eleanor mentioned, I'm actually running three things at the moment. So there's Lucas and Creatives, which is my training agency, and then followed by Elico, which is a branding and design agency. And just recently we started, we merged together Reka, where we actually run more creative stuff, okay, like marketing and so on. Yeah. Okay, so that's about me. And last but not least, let's have AJ.
Hi everyone. I'm AJ and I am an audio person. Being an audio person, I'm using my AirPods right now because right now I'm in JB. So I'm joining the nation like the international business buddy. So yes, I'm in JB right now. I am a music educator and audio editor. Plus, I run TFA with
Oh yes, I forgot to mention about the TFA part, but yes.
Yes, yeah, okay.
Okay. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier on, today we are going to, talk a little bit about our business, introduction about ourselves. Maybe I think early on each of us did already mention when roughly we started our business. Some of us been here for quite a while, very long ago, 10 years, 13 years. Wow. And some of us are mothers, newly mothers. A newly mother, just newlywed also have. So today we are not going to touch on this personal stuff, which is going to be covered in the next few episodes. So today I am just hosting for the first episode session. We're gonna have like different main hosts every episode, and which is very, very interesting. So you gotta really subscribe to our Spotify, okay? So okay, I want to ask you guys, right? Have you guys do you always run a business ever since, or are you like me? I am from a corporate field. So I was in the corporate ladder for 7 years, and then I jumped the gun. I jumped that leap of faith to be an entrepreneur. So are you ladies been always running a business, or you're like me? Okay, anyone can go ahead.
Okay, I'll just start. For me, yeah, I actually started working first. Okay, started working like 3 years. Yeah, 3 years lah. And then, but it was never related to design at all.
Right.
So, yeah, it was through my job that I discovered that I like design. So that's when I started this whole journey lah.
Oh, okay. So you were basically you were in a corporate field, but not doing design.
No,
But in a
not at
sense
all.
that there is some kind of like a design element in it.
Yeah, so basically how it happened was I was running my own program, like job program lah, a job matching program. So the marketing department was always very busy. So
Yeah.
every time I had posters to do, they couldn't have the time to actually do the posters, and I didn't it like quite soon lah. So in the end, I decided to design myself. Yeah, so that's how I kind of like realized like, hey, this is actually quite fun. So I think it sparked my interest from there.
So you also like me, like jump the gun kind of thing?
Yes.
Leap of faith.
Leap of faith.
Okay, yeah. So for context, both myself and Liana, we are self-taught entrepreneur in that sense.
Yes.
I think your family members also. Do you have any family members running a business?
No,
or you
not
are
at
the only one?
all. I'm the only one.
Okay, same.
Yes,
So we
yes,
kind of like broke the
yes.
chain in that sense. So
I
let's
think
hear
the rest
from
as well. Yeah, let's
yeah.
hear from
Let's hear from the rest also. Any one of you?
Okay, different perspective. I come from a complete business family, like holistically,
Yes.
like every single person is a business person.
Wow,
Every single person almost. I guess for me it was I was, I guess, privileged in that sense because I had that business knowledge from like basically born into business, right? I guess you can say baby boss, but but I guess my dad always told me that it was not just going to be handed to me on like a silver plate kind of thing. I had to go out and work for it. So after I graduated from mass comms, I suppose I'm not self-taught. I studied writing and journalism and stuff. I worked. I worked in advertising, I did magazines, I even worked in oil and gas, which has nothing to do with what I do today, for like 6 years. But all the time, I always had someone or the other like contacting me to help them design something or write something, basically any other kind of marketing, to do like while I'm away from work or over the weekend. So I tried even designing, but I was like, cannot, this one I really cannot. I'm not like the most boxy designer ever. Everything is in a box. And I didn't even like it. Like, when like Liana, you were saying you tried it and then you liked it. I didn't even like it. So I was like, I don't want to do this forever. I could even do website design. So I'm like, oh my God, this is like my hair. I'm losing hair and all of this. So finally, I just went back to, oh my God, I'm just going to try to write, what I really like to do since I was a child. And then I started talking to people, like just casually telling them, oh, I can write blog posts and stuff. And I started getting work. The good news for me was the previous company I worked for was accepting. They acknowledged that I actually really like to do all this. So they were like, as long as it doesn't clash with our work, it's fine. So every night after work, I would have like 1 or 2 clients that I work for. It came to a point where I'm like, I can't do 9 to 5 anymore. So I just left. So about 4 years ago, I've been doing freelance full-time writing.
Okay.
Nice.
So Manisha, you started freelancing while you were working full-time as well. Oh,
Yeah, so I actually started
okay.
when I was studying my diploma already. I used to freelance while studying, but I used to do design. I don't know why, for some reason, I didn't go back to writing thinking that it was not a substantial thing. Like, oh, maybe nobody wants writers. And then people are like, oh, can design flyer for me? So I'm like, okay lah, $10. Like, stupid lah. Who want to design $10 flyer nowadays? Like, just for fun because I was bored. I had nothing to do. I'm an introvert, so I was always at home. So I was like, okay, fine. And then after a while, I'm like, wow, cannot. This is so boring for me. And then thank God. I'm very lucky that I found writing towards the end again.
Nice.
Yeah, I think for context also, between 6 of us, we kind of like complement each other, I would feel, because we have like designers, we have brand strategies, we have content writer, we have content strategists, we have audio person, we have video person. So we kind of like really gel together. I think that is why our synergy kind of like match our. I think we some time down the road we kind of like wanted to name our podcast as Sing Sisters, but it doesn't happen. I think Sing Sisters a bit not applicable lah.
No.
Okay, all right. So maybe is there anyone that has like a different perspective of like running, I would say like more of how have you always been running a business previously? Anyone
Fitri,
else?
right?
Yeah, Fitri, Eleanor,
Okay, let me
AJ?
share.
Mm.
I mean, I knew that I wanted to do business from the start, from when I'm in school.
This
That's
one.
the reason I took POA, I took AMATS, thinking that okay, so success can come me.
Sis, POA,
I
sis.
dropped down. I dropped AMATS. I couldn't take it lah. So I dropped focus on POA, thinking that POA accounting, can lead me somewhere in the business world. And then in poly, I still did not have any idea on what to start. The people around me, they were already starting some small businesses, like selling whatever that they can make, handmaids, digital designs, all of that. I was so envious of them, and I just, okay, it's okay. Let me just start my own business journey first. So I took, when I got into poly, I got culinary course, but I
so
quickly
cute.
appealed. I don't want to cook. So I appealed for the choices I got was either that or customer relationship and service management. So that was my course that I took. And I like it. I mean, it's just customer relation stuff.
Mm.
And then I'm not ready to go into the business world because at that point I don't have a business to start, and I don't want to just work yet. I'm not ready to work. So I told my dad that I want to continue to uni.
Mm.
And I wanted to get to SMU because I know that SMU is actually a business school,
Mm.
but I'm not that a high achiever. So I got into SIM. I got into business management, which is essentially what I study in poly. So it's like repeating the old same stuff. And I go to uni thinking that why am I taking this? I should have taken marketing instead. So I guess I went through uni and because it's the same course modules as my poly, I instead of 4 years, I got like maybe 1.5 to 2 years. And then I think I was already figuring out, okay, what can I do? What can I do? I need to start something. I don't want to work for someone. But then I need some form of income because I was already getting married, going to get married, form of income for the HDB stuff. So yeah, I needed something lah. I think I just applied for anything admin. Anything admin. So I think I worked for 2 years, and then that's when I helped out with my husband's business for a year, and he was the one who told me that, hey, you are good at creating content. Why not you just start sharing content to these people lah. So I think that's my journey, how I started with my business journey.
Nice. I mean, how many of us have the privilege to decide, right? That I want to start business? I don't think I can because I kind of like being brought up in study hard, work harder kind of thing. So 9 to 5 was always the go-to within my family members. And I believe AJ has some kind of like similar story with Fitri because she start business ever since she graduated. But yeah, let's get AJ to share a little bit about her journey.
Okay, I try my best to make my audio as clear as possible. Okay. Yeah, so hi, I'm AJ. So very similar to B3. For myself, I got into freelancing, or I started writing one thing by mistake because I was in uni. So after I graduated, I traveled the world and I came back. And then I was like, okay, what should I do? But then ever since when I was in poly, I was already like doing projects, taking gigs, and at that point of time, I didn't know that was freelancing. I thought it was like, oh, part-time, part-time. So now my part-time become full-time. Yes. So I mean, so to put into perspective, like it's really like since poly, I've been freelancing, and the reason why I enjoy doing it is because I get to do things that I enjoy and at my own like comfort at my own time. So that's what I really like about it, and yeah, I've been doing it until now. Single, attached, married, and now recently, like what Lily mentioned, a new mom. Yeah, I'm still doing it, and I'm really glad that, I mean, freelancing is a lonely journey. That's why we have the Freelancers Academy. And having, like business buddies like you guys are amazing because it motivates we motivate each other, and that's the beauty of it.
As I'm hearing you guys always have like the idea of business in mind, to create a business in mind. For me, I think business was a bonus because I always wanted to find, how do I say this, like individuality. Because when I graduated from poly with design diploma, the only thing I could think of was take a job, because at that point of time, design they didn't teach us about creating business in design or the merge of it lah. So you just take a job. But then throughout my journey as a employed designer, I didn't feel a sense of, like I cannot decide for my own creativity. I cannot be creative in my work, and I lost touch of my individuality. So the only way I could have that is to create a business. And that was a challenge for me because like I
Right.
have no idea how to create a business, and the only thing I knew was to create something, like design something. So yeah, that's how I started to learn business on the get-go and through people I meet along the way until now. Yeah.
So as you hear this podcast, right, there's a lot of different perspective or different journey from each of us. Like myself and Liana more from corporate, and then we jump the leap of faith, and then Manisha, she has been brought up around her as a business person. And then for AJ and Fitri, they kind of like know what they want to do, like they want to run a business after school already. And Elinor, I think, is a very, very interesting perspective because she works as a designer already in the first place, right? And she is already a creative. It's kind of like continue the journey as a business owner. So there's a lot of things that you can actually expect from this podcast in the next episodes to come. And we are trying to keep as conversational as possible, and keep it very chill kind of
Yes.
conversation that we can have, so that for you who are listening to this podcast, buddies in business will be able to relate to us. And we are gonna talk a little bit more on topic about dealing with procrastination in our next episode, which is very, very common amongst business owners who are especially running the business alone. And all of us, 6 of us, actually are running our business alone. And we always have some days that we kind of like procrastinate. And then in our WhatsApp group, right, usually we will always, okay, today I feel procrastinating. And then we try to, it's not that we try to solve the problem, but it's more of like trying to see how we can, understand the situation. So I guess it's whatever that we talk inside WhatsApp, we try to bring it in our podcast as well,
Yeah.
to not be, just confined in that WhatsApp, and
Correct.
only 6 of us kind of like get the gems or nuggets from that WhatsApp group. But we want you to also, get some ideas on our individual journey as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning into this podcast, Business in Buddies. This is our first episode, and remember to follow our Spotify. As of now, we still haven't decided whether you want to go YouTube, but it's certainly on Spotify. Follow us on Spotify, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.